There we are. Good to see you guys. Welcome to our Oscar predictions live. I keep saying the wrong thing. Oscar predictions live stream. I'm discombobulated. I'm just so happy to have Glenn Whipp here.
Yes.
I'm beside myself with glee. Glenn Whipp, welcome. Glenn Whipp, you are the LA Times Awards expert.
Yes. For another year. We'll see. We'll see how
You're still employed.
By this stage of the year, are you just like, please be over?
By this stage of the year, like even movies that I love, which I love Sinners, love One Battle, but I've been writing about these movies for so long. Sinners for almost a year now.
Yeah.
And it's like I've run out of things to say, except after this chat with you, then I won't, because I have to live blog the Oscars Sunday night with our Pulitzer Prize winning columnist Mary McNamara on LATimes.com. But you won't. No one here will be watching that or looking at that because they'll be watching you guys.
They can multi-screen experience it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So the
All the
Oscars begin
tabs.
at 4 p.m. Pacific here in Los Angeles. But yes, thank you for the tease, Glenn. Alonso and I will be live on Oscar night starting around 3:30 p.m. I got to set that live stream up still, but it'll be here at the channel, and we'll do a little bit of red carpet. We'll do a little bit of last minute predictions, and then we will just watch along with you guys. So if you are bored at home and want to hang out with us, we want to hang out with you. So thanks. And thanks, Glenn, so much for all of your insight. People in the chat are saying hi. Brent Luthold says, whip it good. There you go. Matthew says, welcome on board, Glenn. And Denise is here, and Emily is here, and Marty. And Angel says, nice to see you, Alonso, this year. So great. A good crowd for our live stream. So here's what I thought I would do. I thought I would go through the ballot. I printed out my ballot. As you see, I have marked it. I have highlighter. I'm in. I cannot change this. I don't know about you guys. Did you print out and mark your ballot?
Did you mark it in pencil or pen? I mean,
it's highlighter.
Okay. So you're in.
Indelible.
I'm still going fast and loose here.
This highlighter right here in my tiny little hand. So this is real. So I thought we would go through category by category as they are listed on this play along ballot, and it's alphabetical. So it begins with lead actor. And then we do best picture last. Is how we did it last year. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Great. Let's do it. Emily is all in on Sinners. We will get to that. And Brett says it's one ballot after another. Indeed it is. Okay. So I will read each category. What's that?
He said it's one ballot after another.
That too. What did I say? Anyway, I'm a mess, but I'm happy to see you guys. Okay, Red Carpet Talk says yellow highlighter is the OG, right? It's real. Who wants pink or green? I got yellow. So, lead actor. I'm so excited that we're getting to this first, Glenn, because you wrote a column about a month ago saying Timothée Chalamet is a lock, but this is before he insulted the worlds of ballet and opera.
I mean, it's really funny. Yeah, it's really funny that like came out Friday afternoon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, by that time, balloting. I mean, it didn't matter.
Yeah, most ballots had been turned in by the time he said that.
Yeah,
that got out there.
Yeah, he had already annoyed enough people in other ways before that to really have an effect. I mean,
all right.
I wrote this, in my newsletter. Yeah, I went out I'm making fun of myself for the last couple of weeks because it's like, yeah, Timothée Chalamet has got this in the bag. Stop worrying about this. I mean, didn't it seem that way?
It did seem like it. I thought he should have won last year for Complete Unknown.
Marty Supreme, 9 nominations. So clearly a lot of people in the Academy across many branches like this movie. His third Oscar nomination. Could have won, should have won last year, as you said, Christy. Great performance in Marty Supreme. But then, after that column and newsletter went out, I just started hearing from people. And the problem is that people conflate the character of Marty Supreme, this sort of self-promoting asshole, with the actor Timothy Chalamet.
Well,
Yeah.
and
That's how good he is.
look, but the two are not completely at a remove this year. Like Chalamet has done a Sally Kirkland almost level of self-promotion for this award. And it's like, on the one hand, I don't begrudge him that, because obviously I think he's given some deserving performances and perhaps should have won by now. But also it's like, you're young and it's unseemly to want it that much, or at least to want it that much in a public sphere. So if there are voters who are turned off by his campaign, I don't think it's entirely because they're conflating him with Marty. I think it's because they're tired of his campaign.
But what was it about his campaign, Alonso? I'm trying to understand this. What was it?
I don't know. I think it's hard for me to sort of like diagram it, but there's that level of chill where somebody is like, sure, it's a great honor. I'm so glad to be nominated. You know, I'm in such wonderful company here. Yada. There's something about the way that he's been going about this that reads more nakedly, please give it to me now. Whether it's all those screenings with Cinematech where they had like Christopher Nolan and, you know, people coming out and doing Q&As with him. I don't know. There's a vibe. It's a vibe, and it's hard to nail down a vibe, but the vibe seems a little needy.
Like he's too desperate.
Yeah, and I'm not taking anything away from the work, but so often the Academy Awards are not about the work. They're about all the other stuff surrounding it, and the stuff surrounding it, up to and including the shit talking opera and ballet, not been great for Chalamet, but I think he could indeed still win anyway.
I mean, it seems to go back to they were called the Screen Actors Guild Awards last year. Now they are the Actor Awards.
Yeah.
Where he said, I want to be one of the greats. Like, what is wrong with that, Alonso? What is wrong with wanting to be, I want to be one of the greats? He didn't say, I am one of the greats.
Right.
He didn't say, I am the greatest.
But wanting to be one of the greats is about the work. It's not about the accolades for the work.
But dude has got, I mean, 8 of his last 9 movies have been nominated for Best Picture.
Look, again, I'm not taking anything away from the work itself. I'm just saying there's something about his presentation of himself as somebody who is due this award this year at a relatively young age that I just find a little, and I think others have been generally finding a tad unseemly.
Others have. I mean, you encapsulated what so many people have told me. I guess I don't mind a try hard. So
Mark Harris had a post on Blue Sky a while ago where he said that there were a lot of people who would love to see what an Ethan Hawke or Michael B. Jordan speech would be like in this respect, but probably not so many of those that there's going to be an upset here.
Interesting. Yeah, I did also think that Timothy Chalamet was a lock for a while and is also deserving and has been deserving for a while. I don't mind that he says out loud that he wants it. You know, there's something kind of refreshing about the brash kind of honesty of that. They all want it. He just dares to say it out loud.
Of course. I mean, look, go back to the movie The Oscar from the late 60s, and like already there's a whole game in place of like, you know, dancing around the fact that yes, all 5 of you really desperately want it, but who's going to be the one to say it out loud, you know?
Oh, well, I should say, here's who our nominees are. Besides Timothy Chalamet from Marty Supreme, you have, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, a lot of support for Ethan Hawke in the chat, Michael B. Jordan, of course, for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. It does feel like there has been this momentum shift in favor of Michael B. Jordan even before the Actor Awards, and he's totally deserving. What he does there in creating 2 very distinct characters. He has been one of our young great actors for a long time. Is a technically difficult performance, but also emotionally so. And there's so much love for Sinners. I think that's what's going to happen. And so I picked Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatever I say in this category should be taken with a grain of salt now. But I picked Michael B. Jordan too, just on the strength that he won the Actor Award honor. It just seems now clear. I mean, and probably because I picked Jordan, Chalamet will win now. But now it starts to feel like Marty Supreme is like one of those movies that gets a shit ton of nominations and wins nothing.
I agree. I think it's going to go home. I think there's a bunch of movies, and I'll get to that at some point. They're going to get nothing. Okay, so Alonso, so Glenn and I both say Michael B. Jordan. Who do you say?
Yeah, I mean, look, please do not use my picks for any wagering because I am a legendarily terrible Oscar prognosticator. But yeah, I think the actor award, because there is such a giant overlap between the SAG membership and the actors branch of the Academy, which is the largest branch of the Academy. Yeah, I think signs are looking good for Jordan.
Okay, great. Supporting actor, we have Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo in Sinners, Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value. Glenn Whipp, who is going to win supporting actor?
Are we ready? I mean, I hope, a big theme of this award season has been no political speeches. So let's invite Sean Penn up to the stage. Let's give Sean Penn his third Oscar and see what he has to say about the state of the world today. I would vote for him just for that reason, but I think it's also, I mean, I love Benicio del Toro in that movie too.
He's so charming.
Yeah, he's so charming. He's in the movie. There's a website that does the screen time.
Oh yeah.
All the and Del Toro's only in the movie for like 15, 17 minutes, which it just seems like, wow, that's all.
In a 2-hour, 40-minute film.
Isn't Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein more than somebody who's in the lead category? Did I read that somewhere, or am I making
often the supporting, like you think about Kieran Culkin last year.
Viola Davis.
That was like a co-lead. Often co-leads win these categories. But anyway, I'm picking Penn. He won the actor award. He won with the British Film Academy. He did not attend either of these ceremonies. He has not campaigned at all. I think he'll come to the Oscars if they let him smoke somewhere. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, just to answer the question in the chat, somebody asked, who did Christy choose for Best Actor? I also chose Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, I also think it's going to be Sean Penn for a lot of reasons. It would be so cool to see Delroy Lindo win. That would be a magical, amazing, fun, cool moment. But Sean Penn is just leaves this indelible impression. It's just, he's terrifying. There's such a specificity to this character and to his quirks and to his vulnerability and insecurity and that bravado that he uses to mask those feelings. I think there's a lot of modern day corollaries to that figure that we're seeing now in our country. So I do think it is going to be Sean Penn. I agree. Alonso, who do you think?
I mean, everything you're saying makes sense, but there's something in my gut that I kind of have this feeling that Stellan Skarsgård actually has built up a lot of goodwill as somebody who has done good work for a long time in a variety. I mean, he's a Marvel guy and a Star Wars guy, right? Like, I mean, he's just kind of all over the place. And yeah, I think that it's one of those sort of like legacy, we're honoring you for everything deals. And if Penn didn't already have 2 Oscars to his name, then yeah, for sure. But yeah, again, do not listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We still want your opinion, though.
Okay.
I like that pick, though.
Yeah, and you do know what you're talking about, because I feel like up until he won the actor award, it's like, are we really going to give Sean Penn his third Oscar? I mean, there's like 6, 7 people in the history of the Academy Awards that have won that many. But apparently that could happen. But I could see Stellan Skarsgård, and like the wild card is if it's like all that love, all the Sinner vibes out there.
Go to Delroy Lindo.
Delroy Lindo,
that'd be a great moment.
Yeah, he kind of won the actor awards you know, he had a really great moment at the beginning of that show, why he spoke about his career and his ups and downs and why he became an actor. And he accepted the ensemble award at the end of the show. So he had a moment there. Yeah, you know, if you see like Delroy Lindo win this award early on in the ceremony, you're going, maybe Sinner's Best Picture. Yeah.
Yep, we will get to that. Yeah, and Stellan Skarsgård was our pick, one of our 2 picks for supporting performance at LA Film Critics. Not that that means anything, but
And
just
he won
putting
the
it out
Golden
there.
Globe.
True. Yes. No, he's great. Okay, so we are split on this. So Glenn and I say Sean Penn. Alonso says Stellan Skarsgård. Okay, let's go to Best Actress. This is your lock of the night. This is the easiest one of all, but let's go through it anyway. Jessie Buckley in Hamnet. Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue. Renata Reinsva in Sentimental Value. And Emma Stone in Begonia. This is very obviously Jessie Buckley. What say you, Glenn Whipp?
I mean, how can I argue with that? I saw the movie at Telluride at its premiere, and you know, I'm leaving the theater, and there are people just like in the hallways sobbing and weeping, and yeah, it's like, this movie really has affected people. And what, 8 nominations, right? And this is the only Oscar I think it's going to win, but it's going to win it for sure.
Yeah. Alonso?
I mean, I still can't stand this movie, and
we didn't cry.
she's giving what she's supposed to be giving in it, and in a just world, I think it would be either Rose Byrne or Emma Stone. But yeah, I think the writing is on the wall that it's going to be Jessie Buckley.
Yeah, I wish it were Rose Byrne as well,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be. All right, great. Let's move on. Supporting actress. This one's really tough. We have Elle Fanning in Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir Lilius in Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan in Weapons, Wunmi Masaku in Sinners, and Tiana Taylor in One Battle After Another. Glenn, this could go a couple different ways, I think. So I'm really curious to know what your opinion is on Best Supporting Actress.
I'm just still kind of sifting through Alonso being a monster and hating Hamnet, but
oh, go back and watch Christie's and my review. We both revealed ourselves to have no heart whatsoever.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of history here, and I'm going to have to dip into that. You're right on this. You're right on this category, Christy. Amy Madigan won the Actor Award. Wunmi Masaku won at British Film Academy. Tiana Taylor won the Globe. Not that that really matters. I'm going with Amy Madigan. I feel like, okay, you know, one thing that we haven't talked about is that this year there's a new wrinkle in Oscar voting where members have to verify or attest that they have seen all the nominees in a category before voting in that category. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Academy members who are not really like the target audience for Weapons. I think you saw that in the Oscar nominations. This was the only nomination for Weapons. So that's a little bit of a strike against her, but I don't even know how many Academy members are really abiding by the.
I was going to say, what's the proof here that they're having to show?
Well, the Academy is monitoring members watching on the portal.
On the portal.
So they have been getting progress reports saying, here's what you've seen, here's what you haven't seen.
But do you get credit for movies that you went and saw in the theater? I mean, like,
all you have to do is check a box saying watched. You know, you don't have to like show your ticket stub from the West, AMC or anything like that. So
it's still the honor system.
It's still the honor system, but you have to actively lie.
Right. Brent Luthold makes a good point. I'm sure people would just let it play in the background. That's the thing. You could just have it on in the portal and go fold laundry, and nobody's gonna know.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a member who's big Ethan Hawke fan. Turned off Marty Supreme after 20 minutes, but then just like went back, started it again, went out to dinner, came back, and it was watched. Anyway, I'm going to Amy Madigan because how many of these nominees had an iconic Halloween costume?
And you want a political speech, she will plot.
And
She will
yeah,
not disappoint.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, the old timers in the Academy who might not dig weapons love her.
Sure.
If it's a sinner's wave, then maybe I could go another way, but I think Amy Madigan.
I also think Amy Madigan, but for a long time I thought Tiana Taylor. Like Tiana Taylor was again one of our winners at LAFCA, and as a lot of folks are pointing out in the comments, as Teddy points out, Tiana Taylor makes a huge impact and not a lot of screen time. Like her absence, you feel her throughout, even though she's not on screen for most of the film. That's how significant of a performance and a character that is. And for a long time, I did think that this was for sure going to be her. But I do suspect that there is a groundswell for Amy Madigan. I do think that there are younger, cooler people in the Academy who are open to horror, to honoring horror, elevated horror as such. And I've seen this compared to like Ruth Gordon and Rosemary's Baby, like that kind of performance, a supporting performance that is indelible and awards worthy. So I can
Marissa
imagine Amy
Tomei
Madigan.
and My Cousin Vinny.
That's not a horror movie, though.
No, but it is that kind of
It is, but
this
yeah.
whirlwind that sweeps in from seemingly another planet and just like, puts the movie in her purse.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Christy. I think for a long time I was thinking that it was going to be Tiana Taylor, but I do sense that there is a more of a support for Amy Madigan. And again, I think, not as much as in the olden days where the Academy membership was much older, but I do think there is that sense of like, you've been around, we like you, you do solid work, and oh my God, we really never honored you. Goodness, So and if Delroy Lindo winds up with a surprise win, it'll be part that and part a general sweep for Sinners.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Okay, so we all agree on Amy Madigan, which I'm so surprised to hear us saying. But that'd be a fun moment. Okay, animated feature. We have reviewed some of these here. Your nominees are Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, was our winner at LA Film Critics, but K-pop Demon Hunters is such a phenomenon, it is not to be denied.
Yeah, that's a juggernaut.
Yeah, most watched movie in the history of Netflix. I mean, it's pretty easy win for this movie.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I agree. Animated short. Okay. So I was going to
just want to say real quick, Pete Docter did not help Elio's case by reminding everybody how they had completely fucked the director over and took out any content that might be considered remotely like edgy.
This used to be gay and now it's not. Yeah. So in getting to the shorts here, I know I promised I would have seen all of the shorts. I've only seen the live action shorts. I was going to go to the docs and the animated shorts when our friends here at the South Bay Film Society screened them, but could not make those other two because of scheduling, kid driving, juggling. So I've not seen the animated shorts. So Glenn, I think I suspect what's going to win just by reading about them, but I'll let me read the nominees and I'll defer to you. They are Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, and The Three Sisters. Glenn, do you have any insight on animated short?
What is the one that you suspect will win?
Butterfly.
Because?
There's just a lot of positive reaction to it. It's important. It's beautiful. It's about this French Jewish swimmer who was sent to Auschwitz with his wife and child. So
yeah. I thank you for explaining why I think it's going to win. It's a really beautiful. The animation is painterly, just gorgeous. But it tells this very affecting story of this swimmer who swam at the Berlin Olympics before World War II and then swam at the first post-war Olympics in 1948. And was at Auschwitz and survived. And it's a great story. And I think that's, I mean, again, it's the short, so, you know, grain of salt on these, but I think Butterfly. That's where I'm leaning.
Okay. Yeah, there are folks in the comments who have seen it. Angel says the artistry of Butterfly blew me away. Varaxis says Butterfly is so stunning. I love painted animation. So sounds like our folks agree with that. So Butterfly, there you go.
I have a quick correction for
yeah.
Mike in the chat. Sorry. He says that Wunmi Masaku is the first African-born actress to be nominated for an Oscar. Actually, that would be Charlize Theron.
That's true. And she won.
Yeah.
For Monster. So casting, a new category this year. Casting, there is no precedent for this. I guess the only thing that you can look to is maybe the SAG Awards Best Ensemble winner as an, a reflection of that possible winner. So this year, our casting nominees are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. Glenn Whipp, this is the new category. What's going to happen here?
Well, you mentioned the Actor Awards Ensemble winner, which was Sinners. Francine Maisler, the casting director for Sinners, has pretty much worked with everyone, from Denis Villeneuve to Michael Mann to Barry Jenkins. I mean, she's worked with everyone. She cast the Roy family in Succession.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
So she is a casting legend, very appropriate winner for this brand new category.
Yeah. I think Sinners will win too, but I really love the process of casting Marty Supreme and just finding those faces and finding really inspired, unexpected choices for the smallest of roles. And it really creates this sense of like lived in Lower East Side, New York in the 50s. But I don't think that's going to happen. Alonso, what do you think for casting?
Yeah, no, I think Sinners makes sense. Although what you just said about Marty Supreme, I would apply also to The Secret Agent. I think the small roles in that film are so indelibly defined. The woman who's hiding out, who's running the house where all the sort of people on the run are hiding.
Yes.
Is amazing, and all of those people, the people like who work at the movie theater, like there's so many brief appearances by people who are, you indelibly know who they are, the people who work at the government, the bureaucracy office where he is. So yeah, I think there's a real skill to that kind of thing. I would have loved to see Train Dreams nominated, frankly, in this category for the same reason. There's so many like quick hits of people who like really stick with you. But yeah, I think Sinners is how they're going to go.
Okay. We're going to skip Best Picture and do it last. Costume design, a category I always love. We have Avatar, Fire and Ash, which is an interesting choice for this.
You skipped cinematography.
What's that?
Sorry, you skipped
cinematography.
You're right.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, the alphabet. Cinematography. Pardon me. Cinematography. Let's go back to that. Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Glenn.
This was a tough one until Sunday night when One Battle After Another won with the American Cinematography Society.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And that followed wins with the British Film Academy and a win with the British Cinematography Society. So it's won everything. And, for a while I was thinking, no woman has ever won this Oscar, which speaks to the job and what a barrier was for women to be cinematographers for so long. I think Rachel Morrison was the first woman nominated for Black Panther, and that's not all that long ago.
Nope.
So I thought Autumn Durald Arkham for Sinners was in the work that she did on that movie, the IMAX, the large format. But it's looking One Battle, which is a great choice.
That is so interesting that you say that because I'm picking Sinners here. And I think if you look at that 10-minute thing that Ryan Coogler did on YouTube, where he goes through all the different aspect ratios and the film stocks and all that, I think that speaks to the kind of craft that is on display here. But then you look at it and it's just such a beautiful film. and so textured and so evocative that I do think Autumn Gerald Arkapaw is going to win, and that will be a cool moment, but it could go either way. But for the record, I have chosen Sinners.
I would love to see Sinners or Train Dreams win in this category, but I suspect it's going to be one battle. The VistaVision train runs on once again this year. Yeah, I for the reasons that Glenn cited, and also I think that video with Ryan Coogler was great, but I mean, you know, did they have a checkoff card for Sinners for like seeing it before? No, but one battle after another got there.
So yeah, people in the category. First of all, Mike Webb points out Rachel Morrison was nominated for Mudbound.
Yes.
Also, I also think that Train Dreams is stunningly beautiful, and would love to see that win.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think like Marty Supreme, Train Dreams is going to walk away with nothing, probably.
Probably.
And that's sad. But yeah, so you guys say one battle, I say Sinners. Okay. We'll see what happens. Okay, now we'll go to costume. Costume design, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners. I mean, just for all the crazy stuff that Mia Goth wears in Frankenstein. I mean, come on. How do you not?
Costume design.
Yes. Glenn, what do you pick for costume design?
I go with Frankenstein, a movie that I didn't care for. That looks like it's going to win 3 Oscars, including this one.
Yep. I also have it winning 3 Oscars. Alonso, what do you think about costume design?
Yeah, I suspect y'all are right. Very often, I mean, it happens in the acting categories, but certainly in the craft categories where I think voters, you know, want to make it, they are honoring the work that they can most obviously see. You know, that is like thrusting itself right in their faces. And like, yeah, the costumes at Frankenstein announced themselves as costumes in a way that I think the more realistic stuff in the period pieces in this category do not. Avatar being its own thing. And I'm sure probably a lot of those costumes are ones and zeros, you know, so yeah, I think it will probably be Frankenstein.
Yeah, the ping pongs on the bodysuits.
Exactly.
Some of these are costume ping pongs. Yes, I think so too. But also the costumes are crazy over the top, but in a way that is totally fitting with this world.
Yeah, no, I mean they're of a piece. They don't. They fulfill the vision of the filmmaker. As like Glenn, I didn't love the vision of the filmmaker, but the costumes aren't to blame for that. Yeah,
truly. Okay, so we all agree. Okay. Director, should we do director now? Because it's next up.
Sure, why not?
Okay, Glenn, you ready for director?
I mean, there's not a whole lot of drama in this one.
Yeah, it's Paul Thomas Anderson finally.
Finally, yes. I mean, really happy that PTA is finally going to get an Oscar. It's going to get, well, spoiler, probably more than one, but
yeah,
we can get to that soon.
The idea of finally, I guess, changes for me the older I get. You know, it's sort of, I feel like he just got here, you know? It's like, oh no, he's been making these for 30 years. Okay, all right, fine.
I mean, he's one of our great American auteurs. He's been nominated, 11 times in various categories for various films? He's long overdue and deserves it for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think like what was the Scorsese gap between like Taxi Driver and finally winning? That was about the same, right? About 3 decades.
30 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we all agree. All right, documentary feature. We have reviewed a bunch of these here on the channel. Your nominees are The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. Glenn Whipp, what wins Best Documentary Feature?
This kind of circles back a bit to what we were talking about before in terms of, okay, to vote in this category, you have to attest that you saw all 5 of the nominated films. I suspect a lot of people aren't going to be voting this year in documentary feature and animated feature too, because of that rule. But in the olden days, Perfect Neighbor would be kind of the overwhelming choice because it's the most seen of the 5
Sure.
nominees by a large margin. I think like more than 50 million views on Netflix since it came out in October. So I think even with the new rule, that's going to be the pick here.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I said that when we reviewed it, that it will probably win for no other reason that most people have seen it. Is that what most people have seen, and it's very deserving. And as we said in our review, like it's about this very specific dispute on this specific block in Florida, but it's also about America, and it gets its arms around a lot of ideas about racism and guns and policing in a very in a microcosm kind of way.
Yeah, and I think that in doing so, it doesn't villainize the police, which I think will bring a lot of people to it that might have otherwise shunned it outright, you know?
Right. The cops are trying to do their jobs. They know their community. They are working with people and trying to solve disputes. Like they come off very well here. So, okay, so we all agree, perfect neighbor. But the Alabama solution is great too. And it's kind of a miracle that it got made, you know, with smuggling the cell phones into the prisoners to expose the abuses and the horrific, you know, living conditions in the Alabama prison system. It's interesting that between those two and Mr. Putin also, you have these footage sources that are real people on the ground in real situations, you know, versus like, you know, the structure of talking head interviews or reenactments. Like these are regular people capturing daily real things. So anyway, all right, we all agree. Perfect neighbor. All right, documentary short. I have not seen these, but here they are. All the Empty Rooms, Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renault, Children No More, Were and Are Gone, The Devil is Busy, and Perfectly a Strangeness. I suspect it's going to be All the Empty Rooms. I think it's the most high profile of them. And the docs are always a bummer, but this subject matter of, you know, what kids' bedrooms look like after they were killed in school shootings is just a heart-wrenching premise.
Yeah. And that's on Netflix as well. Yeah, so you could watch that quite easily. The Netflix has never won Best Picture, but Netflix is really good at winning a lot of these kind of documentary and the shorts because the platform has, you know, people are on Netflix. People watch these movies, and yeah, it's a, you know, Steve Hartman, his photographer, go into children's bedrooms that have been killed at school shootings, and it's as heartbreaking as you would imagine.
Yeah. Steve Hartman, who is known for more like kind of heartwarming fare, like feel good feature pieces for CBS News. And so
like he did this on his own time.
Yeah, that's
He was
interesting.
just like, I can't go to another school shooting and like come away with some sort of story of hope. So he wanted to really kind of dig in to, yeah.
And weirdly, both this film and Perfect Neighbor kind of fit in the Netflix mold of they do a lot of true crime there. And there's a lot of viewership for that. And these movies obviously go beyond that, and they're deeper than the sort of usual sort of sorted podcasty version of what true crime is. But at the same time, they do kind of fit in that tent.
That's a really good point. Also, as we mentioned in our review, The Perfect Neighbor, the director of that film, Geeta Gonbir, also directed The Devil is Busy in the short category. So she will probably be a winner in one of those categories. Okay, film editing. F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners. What say you, Glenn Whipp?
I think this is another one battle Oscar. Yeah.
I agree. My friend Andy Jurgensen, I did a Q&A with him at the Gardena Cinema. He's a lovely guy, also edited Licorice Pizza and a bunch of the Haim music videos that PTA has directed. I agree because it is a 2-hour and 40-minute film that does not feel like a 2-hour and 40-minute film.
It flies.
It's thrilling.
And if you can redefine the car chase in 2025, like you've clearly got something on the ball.
Yeah. So we all agree is One Battle is going to win editing. Okay. International feature. We have reviewed all 5 of these films. They are The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Surat, and the voice of Hind Rajab. Glenn Whipp, what wins international feature?
I'm leaning Sentimental Value.
Ah.
Maybe strongly leaning. I don't know. 9.
Hmm.
I go that way because 9 nominations. You're going Secret Agent, aren't you? Because you can't pick against the Brazilians and the passion of that country. And it's, I mean, I think, was that our LAFCA pick, LA Film Critics? What did we give international?
Surat? No, Surat got music.
Yeah. I think
Did we pick Sentimental Value? We picked
we
Secret
gave
Agent,
Secret
right?
Agent something.
Yeah, because Wagner Moura didn't win
It
from
was
us.
only 2 months ago, and we
I think we picked Secret Agent.
I'm Sentimental Value 9 nominations, including Best Picture. Secret Agent also nominated for Best Picture. So yeah, 2 formidable picks here. I'm just going with the volume, and also Secret Agent 2 hours 40 some odd minutes, little long. I think it tried the patience of some voters I spoke with. Yeah, I think Sentimental Value with its family-ish story about family dynamics, daddy issues, sisters, the poison of streaming services in our film culture these days. That's my pick for those reasons.
That is so interesting. And you're right, it got 4 acting nominations, right?
Yeah.
That says a lot about the support for it.
LAFCA gave film not in English to Secret Agent, and our runner-up was It Was Just an Accident.
Okay. Alonso, what do you pick for international feature?
You know, I think that Glenn's right. I think that Sentimental Value has obviously shown itself to be a big player in these awards in general. Plus, it's a movie about filmmakers, and they do love that kind of thing. And it's got, it's an international movie, but it's got Elle Fanning in it. There's a lot of things that I think make it more approachable for a lot of voters. And as much as I would love to see It Was Just an Accident win and let Jafar Panahi have that moment on the global stage with all that's going on in the world right now. And who knows if the war had started earlier, not to be gross about conflating how real life events affect Oscar voters, but frankly, had we bombed Iran a week earlier and people were still voting, it might have thrown the vote in his way. But I think it's going to be Sentimental Value.
You have just got me to change my pick.
Oh.
I just changed it because I did have Secret Agent, but you guys make such persuasive points. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the fact that it does have so many other nominations, all those acting nominations, is a big deal for Sentimental Value. It is more accessible than The Secret Agent. I like it a whole lot more than The Secret Agent. I think I just figured that there was so much love for it, and Wagner Moura has been in the conversation a lot. But I think you're right, though, that it's I didn't love Secret Agent, but I think Sentimental Value is more accessible. And as Alonso says, it's a movie about filmmaking. They love that.
How can you change your pick with that yellow highlighter, though?
I used a pen. I took a pen.
Right.
Made a little mark.
Right.
Okay, live action short. I have seen all of these. Finally, I've seen a thing. Butcher Stain, A Friend of Dorothy, Jane Austen's period drama, The Singers, and Two People Exchanging Saliva. Glenn, what do you think here? What do you think of these?
This is probably of the 3 the one that I'm least sure of.
Okay.
But I am going with Two People Exchanging Saliva, which has been kind of described as Carol, as directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, which I think is. I can't. Yeah. So I think it's the most fully realized of the 5 pictures, of the 5 shorts. So yeah, great premise, beautiful black and white photography. Yeah, that's my pick.
I would love to see that win because, as you say, it is the most fully realized. It is so gorgeous. The
Mhm.
world building is so specific and so weird, and they just drop you into it. They don't explain why the world is like this. Why is this dystopia? It just happens. I want to live in that department store. It's probably a terrible place to work, but I kind of want to live there because it's all arranged so like pristinely. But I think a friend of Dorothy's going to win because it's so heartwarming, because it's so feel good. And you got this Miriam Margolyes performance that is just warm and funny and brash. Uh, it's a feel good movie, and the shorts aren't necessarily always a feel good place. And so I don't want to be right about this. I would love to see that win, or I'd love to see The Singers is gorgeous too, and it tells us perfectly compact, very satisfying story shot on 35. It's so beautiful. The director is a longtime cinematographer. I love The Singers, but I think it's going to be a friend of Dorothy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
friend of Dorothy was my piece that's running in the Times online tomorrow going up. I said it was a coin flip between two people exchanging saliva and a friend of Dorothy, and it's like, well, are they going to go with a dystopian short?
Mhm.
Or are they going to go with the cute old lady befriending a teenager kind of thing? I don't know.
Yeah. The thing with two people exchanging saliva is that it is so gorgeous, but I'm sure people will think it's very cold. Like there's an austerity to it that
Yeah.
appealed to me, aesthetically, but it's also kind of a cold and unforgiving place. I want to say thank you real fast to at 311 SE. Thank you so much for your kind donation.
Oh, thank you.
Want to mention, speaking of current events, why haven't we seen a doc about Gaza and Palestine yet? The last 2 years should have enough material for a documentary filmmaker to go on. I mean, Voice of Hind Rajab does combine some real world elements in that it is the voice recording of this 5-year-old Palestinian girl who's trapped in this car.
And didn't
But
No Other Land win last year?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah, as
recommend No
Mike
Other
Mike
Land.
Webb points that out, no other
No.
land won last year. So yes, thank you though for your donation. Eric, movie expert, says I disagree with you about two people exchanging saliva. It's not god awful, but I understand why others wouldn't like it. It's good. All right, let's move on to makeup
Makeup
and
and hairstyling.
hairstyling. Frankenstein, Kokuo, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, The Ugly Stepsister. What do you think, Alonso? Or what do you think, Glenn? Go Glenn first and Alonso.
Alonso.
What do you
Well,
think,
okay.
Alonso?
I think we can rule out Coco and The Ugly Stepsister since these are their only nominations, and they are both from smaller companies that I'm sure could not afford to mount a massive Oscar campaign. And I haven't seen the movie, so I'm not judging them either way, but I'm just, Again, I think going on the premise of I can see what you're doing here, would be another Frankenstein category.
Yes, I
Yeah, for
agree.
sure. That's like Oscar goes to the most,
Yeah.
not the
Most
best.
editing, most cinematography.
Yeah.
They took beautiful Jacob Elordi and they wrapped him up in all kinds of stuff and made him hideous. That's impressive. Right?
See you next
You
year,
forget you're
Christian
watching
Bale.
Jacob Elordi. Say it again?
See you next year, Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's true. No, but you forget you're watching Jacob Elordi, right? He is so convincingly swaddled in all that prosthetic and makeup stuff. Okay, original score. Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Glenn
So
Whipp.
yeah, Sinners
Yep.
has won all the precursors for this. Ludwig Göransson, this will be his
Yeah.
third Oscar.
Wow.
So that's 3. Next year he has the Odyssey with Nolan. John Williams won 5. Is he going to get? He's not going to get Williams nominations, but maybe more Oscars than Williams, or as many. We'll see.
Yeah, I also agree. Sinners. I mean, the music is such a huge component of what makes that film singular.
Yeah, and I think it's the kind of thing where even the stuff that he didn't compose, because the movie is so much about music and the idea of music, you apply those feelings toward what the actual score, you know.
Right. His score has to be cohesive,
Yeah.
you know, between all the songs and of a piece and creating this vibe in this
To
world.
weave it all together.
Yeah. Okay. Original song. Maybe your obligatory Diane Warren nomination. Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless. This is a song from the documentary about how Diane Warren has never won an Oscar. And
We're
it's not
through the
going to win
looking
an
glass.
Oscar. It's not going to win an Oscar.
Did you guys review that movie?
We did not.
I saw it. I saw it for radio. Have you seen it?
I have
I
not.
have not seen it.
Yeah. It's just like at her house and what her process is like and her office. And anyway, so we have that. Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless. Golden, a little ditty called Golden that you might have heard of from K-pop Demon Hunters. I Lied to You from Sinners. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verde. And Train Dreams from Train Dreams. That's Nick Cave with Train Dreams.
Yep.
This has got to be golden. It's got to be golden, right?
Yeah, I mean, because not only was that song such a massive hit, it's also, I think, very important to the movie. You know, like it plays a key role in the plot of the film, which means they repeat it a lot and you think about it a lot. And so, yeah, I think it's a lock.
Totally, Glenn.
I mean, you would think when you're talking about like a song that's really important to the movie, I Lied to You. That's the song that's in that amazing surreal musical scene in the middle of Sinners and the juke joint.
Yeah, but can you hum it now?
I can't. You know, if I had one of these fancy mics, I just would. But no, obviously it's going to be golden. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so that means that K-pop Demon Hunters will have 2 Oscars.
Yeah.
That night. Production design: Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Again, I think this is Frankenstein because it is most production design.
A lot of production design.
Yeah, although I could see a world where Sinners, if it's having a strong enough night, like, you know, they do create that world, you know, and they create a lot of different corners of that world, the train station and the, you know, the plantation fields and the, you know, all the town itself. Exactly. The 2 grocery stores across the street from each other. And, you know, there is a richness to that, but yeah, it's probably going to be Frankenstein for the sheer phantasmagoria of it all.
Yeah, the movie he's wanted to make, you know, his entire professional career. You know, it is such an extravaganza. So I think that makes sense for it to get all of those technical awards, and that's what I admired about it. Like the film itself kind of left me cold, but I was always dazzled looking at it. So that makes sense. Here comes your F1 category. This is sound. You got F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners. And Surratt, this is why F1 exists here for this category.
So you're not picking it for Best Picture?
I am not.
Spoiler.
Sadly, no. I didn't want to jump ahead just yet, but yeah. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it would. Again, you know, it's a lot of loud noise in F1. A lot of, you know, but this could also be movies that have a lot of music sometimes win this. I mean, it used to be 2 Oscars, sound editing and sound mixing. Now it's just sound. Sinners just won the Sound Guild Award over the weekend.
Oh.
So if it's like a big Sinners night, maybe like out of a lot of the categories, this is the one where I feel like if people are just like checking off boxes of Sinners, this could surpass F1, which I don't think is a movie that people feel that passionate about. But passionate about it enough to nominate for Best Picture. So, yeah.
You are in the car with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, I agree. Yeah, so all of us agree. F1 wins sound. Okay, visual effects. Avatar, Fire and Ash. F1 again. Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. I guess this is Avatar, Fire and Ash, although I didn't love it.
Yeah, I don't really want to encourage James Cameron to make a fourth Avatar. Although
Or fifth.
I saw a headline.
Did the second one win this category?
I feel like they both. Yeah, this is. Yeah, both movies won it, and this one will too.
Okay, Alonso, you agree?
Yeah, I mean, like as much as these movies drive me up the wall, I when I look at them, I know I'm seeing something I've never seen before in terms of the tech of it all. So yeah, I can't imagine they won't go for that.
Una Chaplin is a visual effect.
Among other things, yeah.
Yeah. All right, got a couple more here, then we'll do Best Picture. We have Adapted and Original Screenplay. Your nominees for Adapted Screenplay are Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. Glenn Whipp.
Yeah, both of these categories kind of line up quite well for the two movies that scored the most Oscar nominations. So you get One Battle winning this Oscar, which will be, when we're watching the Oscars, this will be the first Oscar that Paul Thomas Anderson ever wins.
Yeah, which is wild to think about.
And we have him winning directing, so that would be number 2. You'll have one for each hand. And easy win for PTA.
I agree. Just given how different it is from the source material, right? Like the book, the Thomas Pynchon book, has elements of this, but he crafted it and carved out something different from that, and made it something that feels timeless, but also extraordinarily relevant for how we live now.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, I wonder what the rules are as far as like when is something still an adaptation just because you say it's an adaptation, and when does it become something original? But as it is, yes, it is in the adapted category, and as such, I think, yeah, the evening's 2 lead contenders will each rack up 1 here.
Okay. Right. So then let's go to original. It seems like we are all in agreement on what's going to happen there, but let's go through it. Original screenplay nominees are Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. So I think it sounds like we all think Sinners will win original screenplay.
Yeah.
Which would be great, because here's Ryan Coogler's Oscar.
Mm.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments made the point that, like, people love Sinners, but they're spending more money on getting One Battle After Another Oscars, and it's the same like they're both from Warner Brothers. So, I think and the studio is very much backing both of these movies as much as possible throughout award season. I think it's not like I don't feel like they've been favoring one over another. I think they're going full court press for both of them.
Yeah, I agree. So let's then do Best Picture. We might all have different thoughts on this one. Your nominees for Best Picture are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Glenn, I think you have always had the same feeling about this all along. Have you deviated at all on your Best Picture pick?
Here it is. Do you see my? I'm almost done with the beer here. Alonso said, and it's interesting. They're both Warner Brothers movies. Warner Brothers has been very careful in not favoring one over the other. The two movies, in terms of their teams, have campaigned quite differently. Sinners has turned up to pretty much every event, refused no interviews. There's no hand that has not been shaken. Whereas Paul Thomas Anderson, not really into the whole Oscar awards scene. Sean Penn, definitely not. DiCaprio didn't go to the actor awards. It's much more low-key campaign. Let's let the film speak for itself. Does that matter?
Taylor has had some great red carpet looks. I think we can all agree.
Tiana Taylor has been the face of one battle after another. I think that I think so you go one battle after another, won the Producers Guild, which is the precursor that matters the most when picking Best Picture, because they use the same ranked ballot that the Oscars use. For Best Picture, it's the one category where voters rank the movies 1 to 10. I'm not going to get into how that works, but PTA won director, won everything except for the ensemble award at the Actor Awards. But that award is not much of a precursor. But if
It's
you
like
watch
half the time, right? Half the time it lines up with the Oscar.
But if you watch the Actor Awards, it felt like, wow, there's a lot of love for Sinners in this room. And maybe there is. I mean, 16 Oscar nominations. That's a lot of Oscar nominations.
It is.
I think One Battle wins it, though. And
Alonso?
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I don't even.
What do you think?
Close.
No, I was asking Glenn. Sorry. Yes to all of that, but I somehow in my heart kind of feel like there's going to be a director picture split, Moonlight La La Land style. And I think we're going to get PTA winning his, long awaited first director Oscar, and Sinners winning Best Picture. I could totally be wrong, as I could be totally wrong about everything I've said today. But that's what I'm thinking.
I agree with you. I think PTA wins director and Sinners wins picture. Even though I realize that all the precursors that dictate these things would say that one battle after another is going to win, but that number 16 is big. Like, that's unprecedented, and that shows how much love there is for this film across a multitude of categories. You're going to get a Michael B. Jordan win for Best Actor. You're going to get a whole bunch of other things, screenplay, and which I realize, of course, One Battle also will get screenplay. I feel it. I feel like that's what's going to happen. There's so much love for it. If One Battle wins, I would not be shocked, but I feel like it's going to be Sinners.
I mean, the thing about the 16 nominations, and it was nominated in every category they submitted to. But I mean, One Battle doesn't have an original song. One Battle doesn't have visual effects. I mean, they're just categories that One Battle didn't have. That, if, say, Teyana Taylor had broken out into an original song written by Johnny Greenwood, maybe. Radiohead.
But like the segments who vote on those categories, aren't they more inclined to be Team Sinners when it comes down to voting for Best Picture?
Yeah, I think you both. I mean, it would not be surprising if Sinners won, and it is a split. It does feel like that could be this kind of year where the director, PTA, and if Paul Thomas Anderson goes home with 2 Oscars, and that's the worst case scenario for One Battle, that's not a bad thing.
We should have such problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. Okay, so then looking back at other movies here that are in the mix, I feel like there's a whole bunch that got a lot of nominations that will not get a single thing, like Begonia, Marty Supreme, Train Dreams, Blue Moon.
Yeah.
But Blue Moon only got 2.
There's only 2. Okay.
How many did?
And there's a lot of love for Ethan Hawke, but
yeah.
Yeah. So then we think then that Sinners gets at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5. Okay. And then maybe also picture.
Are you counting either, and that's with not giving them either supporting actor, right?
No, I'm giving Sinners, correct. I'm giving Sinners actor, casting, cinematography,
score,
and screenplay, and then maybe also picture, and that will be 6.
But it might not win cinematography, and it might not win actor.
True.
Yeah, I'm just putting the wet blanket
You're
on the
right.
Sanders.
No, you're right. No, this is kind of what's going to be cool about this because although we're in agreement on a lot of things here, there are many big categories where it could go a couple of different ways. Like there
Yeah.
could be some excitement. Glenn Whipp, what is a thing that would make you very happy on this night? What are you hoping will happen?
That it'd be over and I can start thinking about other movies.
You can sleep again.
Like Project Hail Mary. I still haven't seen that, so I'm going to go see that Thursday. And get ready for next year's award season. I don't know. I mean, like I said, Paul Thomas Anderson is going to win 2 Oscars at least, maybe a third if it wins picture. As someone who's loved his movies for 30 years or so, I mean, and rewatched his movies and thought about them. I think that's a great Oscars.
Yeah. LA native, San Fernando Valley native, Paul
A1A.
Thomas Anderson, right? Just down the 101 from me in Woodland Hills. Alonso, what are you hoping happens on Oscar night? Any surprises, weird things you're hoping to see?
I would be, as much as I poo-poo these awards, I would be beside myself with glee if Rose Byrne pulled it out. I think that would be really exciting. And also justice for Tona Tiu.
Oh, Tona Tiu, so good as Narciso Rodriguez in Love Story, JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette.
Should have gotten a Best Actor nomination for Kiss of the Spider Woman, which no one saw.
Which got nothing, which is a gorgeous film, and he's great in it. So that's it's a weird thing. I think Conan is a great choice for host. I look forward to Conan O'Brien finding just the right balance there. I look forward to the possibility of the kinds of like really forceful, passionate speeches that we didn't see at the Golden Globes.
For sure, yeah.
I think we're going to have some feelings.
I hope so.
People played it safe on CBS, but not so on ABC.
That's right.
And I think you're right. I think Conan, if anyone's can thread the needle on tone on this show with everything going on in the world right now, he's the guy.
Yeah. Glenn Whipp, can't thank you enough for your time during this busy week heading up to the Oscars. Again, if you guys came in late, don't forget we are going to be going live, Alonso and I, on Oscar night starting at 3:30 Pacific on Sunday, March 15th. We'll be with you for the duration of the Oscars. We're going to watch along with you. We want to hear your thoughts. What are you shocked by? What are you excited about? What are you bummed about? We will be here, so come hang out with us. I'll make that link very, very soon. And then whether or not you can make it on Sunday night, we're also going to do a Monday morning quarterbacking kind of rehash of what happened. That will be Monday, March 16th at 9 a.m. Pacific. So roll out of bed, get your coffee. You can stay in your jammies. That's okay. And we'll talk about everything that happened. So we'll have links to both of these things very soon. And then when we get done here, Alonso and I are going to review Project Hail Mary, and that review will be up later on this afternoon. So
thanks for watching, y'all. Thank you, Glenn. You're awesome.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, Glenn. And you can read Glenn in the LA Times.
Yes.
Perhaps you've heard of it. It's a great publication. You should support Glenn Whipp's writing. And he has a newsletter. Oh, Glenn Whipp's got a newsletter.
Oh.
The Envelope.
But it's stopped for now. So yeah. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, I enjoy your writing across media. Thanks so much, Glenn. Thanks to all of you. We will see you on Sunday night. Thanks. Bye.